Factors. Greetings to you this afternoon. Anyway, I got to thinking, have you ever wondered why experienced professionals still get to go to training? And in some situations, still have to go to training. There's a lot of professions out there that require, the professional, if you will, to go to continuing education. But in the note business, it's optional. We don't have any sort of requirements, but we do it anyway. And I've been thinking about that a little bit. Yesterday I took a drive up to Portland. I spent basically half a day attending a workshop on self-directed IRAs, and I'm kind of thinking, somebody will ask me, Cody, you've been in the mortgage industry for 4 decades. You've done some personal investing with promissory notes secured by real estate. You've used your own self-directed IRA to buy these kind of notes. So why would you want to go up to a conference that basically is telling you things you already know? And, really, I think that's a fair question to ask. But, it also comes down to something that I'm thinking about in this discussion is that, when should it ever come to the point that I already know everything, it's probably the day I become of no value to you and the people that I serve. So, markets change, tax laws change all the time, investment strategies change as well, and regulations change. Things from a state by state basis and various other places within the country change as well. So the best guides, and again, that's what I consider myself, is to be your guide in this note investing, passive investing world. The best guides, we never stop learning. So, and it made me think about basically my role as your fund manager. When somebody invests in our fund, they're not hiring me because they want another job. They're hiring me because they already have one. They're physicians, they're business owners, executives, professionals. Their time is valuable, and they shouldn't have to spend half a day driving to Portland to go through a 3-hour webinar or a seminar to stay current on, their interested investment topic. That's up to me to do. And that's kind of what I do. I see continuing education as part of my stewardship to you as my investors in the fund, and it's all the other investors in the fund. When I invest time, let me start over on that. When I invest time learning, I'm really investing in our investors. Every conference I attend, every workshop, every conversation I have with other professionals, like I had 2 last week, I've got another coming up this week, where I just talked to other professionals in other aspects of this industry or different industries, trying to improve my knowledge and how I approach certain activities and learn from best practices that other professionals are doing. So it helps me be a better guide. I ask better questions that way. I make better decisions and become a better steward. And that's really the relationship. That's what it's all about. I typically talk about 2 things in these videos. One is about relationship. The other about is stewardship. I talk a little bit about experience and my background, but really it's that handoff of that stewardship from what you've, as an investor, have already grown into us to take care of this money at your stage, that stage of your life. I continue to do what I do best. I stay focused. I stay focused on my profession. And one of the responsibilities to me is never stop learning, because when I become better, other investors benefit. So as I'm finishing up on my script here, so one of the responsibilities I accepted, it's one of the responsibilities I accepted when I became a fund manager. I'm simply not just managing notes, continuing to grow, continuing to learn, to become a better steward of the capital entrusted to me, your capital, because that's what a guy does. And that's what we're committed to at Bridge City Factors. Passive income, peace of mind, no noise. Thanks a lot for listening. Appreciate you very much. Happy investing.